welcome back to the channel. This is a review on the ARRMA TYPHON Success and the Mojave Success. This is the first inspection after the very first run. And these are our first Success trucks. Very easy vehicle to work on. I like it has shock caps. The shocks are pretty big, seem to be just right for the truck. Now, nothing has happened yet. Nothing is loose. Dog bones are good. Everything is operating perfectly. We did switch in a new receiver, and that was easy setup. So we put our trucks up to a better radio than what came with these stock. So have we seen a difference in what the stock radio would do? Yeah, a lot. It's just a lot more capability to do stuff with this truck. So if you can, do that upgrade. But let's go over the performance of the truck. First of all, we didn't do anything to this truck. No tuning, no adjustments. The only thing we did was this throttle and steering and the brakes so we could operate it. We wanted to see what it was going to do. This one, unfortunately, was only able to run 4S. We will be running it on 6S soon. The Mojave we got to run on 6S, and that was a scream. Now this one here, even on 4S, felt like it was on 6S. Didn't have any problem with the wings, didn't have any problem with anything coming undone, a motor mount, pinion, nothing. Zero issues. The only thing that I did notice is before we took it out, there was a drip down here. And now this drip is that, and it's a puddle. So I'm gonna have to go in and figure out why that is leaking and fix it. So since I have to tear it apart, we're gonna do some other things like this here. These are very dry, things are very squeaky. Just gonna go over and make sure they have all the fluid in it that they need, service the diffs, see if anything's wrong, fill them if they're dry, do anything that's necessary and get it back out on the road. So the ease of operation, this is amazingly easy. It's a little platform that sits underneath and lets all these wires and everything go right underneath of it. So right underneath, down in there, under the plate, the wires go over. See them down in there? And they go over to your servo. So this is so nice over here. These 6S trucks are nice and big. This one's the size of the Big Rock, if you want to know the comparison size. It's smaller, and I was a little bummed about that because it was the same platform and I wanted something a little bigger to see the handling and all that stuff. So I said, okay, hell with it, I'll just get this one. So I was very apprehensive to go run it. I didn't want to break it. I didn't even want to touch it. I was like, nope, this thing's just going to be an expensive money pit, you know? It's not going to treat me right. I'm not going to have any fun with it. It's not what I want. It's not high off the ground. I mean, it could go on for days of what, you could say is wrong with something why you don't like it. But I gave it a shot as just a tutorial. I wanted to see what it would do. And so we broke them out finally with the weather, found a place to go run them, and be sure to check that video out so you can see how they were. It's just a short one. Didn't have much time. It's probably only about 20 minutes of runtime. It has real bad battery pack issues. So we didn't really get an honest run out of it as far as what we would have liked, and that we will be able to do here soon. But I want you to see something here. This diameter is different than the back one. big in the back, tiny up front. And these up here are almost the same size on the Mojave. So a lot of this stuff is interchangeable. All this stuff is interchangeable. The only thing that isn't from a Mojave to this, or like the Creightons, is that these are longer. They got the same setup, same type of shock, same type of pretty much everything. Just swap it over. So I was very, very impressed with this truck. It blew my mind. We had no problems. It was fun as hell to drive. And I'm excited to see how easy or tough it is to work on. And hopefully that will just show itself here pretty soon. Everything else has been pretty easy to work on, so I don't think there's going to be any problems here. This was a big problem though. This here kept happening all the time. So we kept having to pull all that out. Just like something we're just going to deal with, so no biggie. Everything held up really, really well. I was very impressed. The speed, like I said, even being a 4S, was incredibly fast. And when they say that this truck is something that you want to jump, not like go around and do the desert thing, but actually want to hit the ramp, and in the controller you feel like you hit the ramp, and then you get to see it on video and it just goes phew. This thing is a launch beast. With this thing, it took the jump, it took the landing, it took the launch off of the jump. This is impressive. I love this thing. I wish it was a little bigger, like the Crayton or something. That's cool. This thing is a frickin' beast. I love jumping this thing, and I really had a blast playing with it out in where we finally got to pull over and do this at the other day. We drove the Mojave, and it had a different tail. So we'll explain that one in a minute. But this truck here is just nuts. I didn't think I was going to like that it was flat because of the body here. You know, it's just kind of flat. I was like, driving a pancake. But you know what? This thing is aerodynamic. It flies. It's not like a brick in the air either. I mean, you want to watch this thing launch. And it is just a sight. And it's so smooth. It makes the coolest sound in the air. The only thing I didn't like, though, is that it loves to hit the butt of this thing and do that. So, however I can keep... Oh, looks like we got oil coming out of that one, too. All right, so that's the review on this. All right. Okay, let's get into the Mojave. This thing here, would love the size of it. It's great. It's such a fun truck to drive. We really didn't even know what to expect with these, really, because videos just don't do anything justice the way it should. So allow me to help elaborate a little bit here. Okay. The body thing, this is one of the things that happens, is the Velcro loves to stay on the truck instead of here. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. So this here was still all intact. It's all good. A little bit of scuff here and there. You know, you're gonna roll and do some things when you're first learning and you got more power than before. This is one piece that happened here. Okay, so everything else other than that on the body. Is fine. We did a couple of upgrades. I did not have a chance to get that on video. Sorry, but we'll do another one on that anyways. These are pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like about the aftermarket stuff is I like to back out. We'll get to that in another video. Everything else is awesome though. Super, super awesome. Nothing bent. I really love the way this thing flexed. And for jumps, you have to be careful of what jump you have when the ramp is coming up. if it is too bent with an arch, you will bottom the hell out of this truck and just boom, hit right into it, and then it stalls your jump on and stuff. So be careful what you're hitting there if you want a nice smooth takeoff. The preload on the springs, yeah, we're messing around with it. We'll see what's up. Again, on this one too, everything seems a little bit like it's not really filled with oil or something. I don't know, but we're gonna inspect it. Same servo, same ESC, pretty much the same everything. I don't like the way these things are mounted, the fan, so we're gonna swap it over so that we can put the wires down in there real nice and then have a fan up here. So that's another upgrade. But back to the truck, everything held up. Nothing broke, nothing snapped, and it was pretty damn cold out. Not gonna lie, it was cold, and we got in what we got in, and I don't know, batteries took a crap, and that was it. So we're getting new batteries, we're getting things dialed in. This has an insane steering sharpness to it. Even though it was dialed down, this thing turns on a dime, just wham! It cuts hard. It will straighten out really easy. We do not have the gyro on any of this stuff. We like to do it ourselves. And again, more of that stuff around the axle, so you got to watch that. It seems to get on these more than it does those plastic ones from the 3S line. But other than that, everything stayed up. We didn't have a dog bone pop out. We didn't have a drive shaft pop out. Nothing. It was super awesome to drive this. It is a longer frame than the other one, being the big rock size. This thing just towers over it out there. Even when things were, around it that were large, this thing is a very large truck. So we like that. It's really cool. None of the wheels fell off. None of the scary stories happened. You see people have. So without doing anything to these trucks, no tuning of the adjustment of the suspension or anything, no inspection, just take them out and see what would happen. And we fell in love so much that we're actually going to switch up to the 6S and leave the other ones for days where we don't want to lug all this stuff around, and we just want to take it light. But other than that, it looks like there's some seepage of oil up there. See there? Yep. So it's probably to be expected, but we're going to inspect. That looks like a face. Hello. How do you do? All right. So let's see. Really cool. Boy, that's a lot of leakage. We're going to have to get to that problem. Okay, so that is my honest as I can be and telling you what's going on with this truck. Watch the video to see how it performed. And keep watching for some more videos of this, because we're taking them right back out. Get some more footage and see if anything has changed. They're just badass trucks. I didn't think I would like this stuff very much in the 6S, but amazing truck. Just amazing. All right, well, that's my review. Check out the other videos so you know what we're talking about on this and see the performances. And see you next time.